Welcome back, Syndicate members. It is I, Joshua Mammoth, for dramatic effect there.
Always.
How are you doing tonight, Rachel?
I'm doing great. We haven't been getting over sickness, so.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks, but I think we're on the mend now.
Yes, we're going to have a great new year, and we're almost to Christmas.
And speaking of that, I thought I'd do kind of an end of the year wrap up before we get started tonight.
Oh, that's a great idea.
What were some of your favorite highlights that you liked as far as the overall books?
Oh, wow, that's hard. We were able to read so many different titles with a lot of different just art styles and coloring, and there was black and white, and there was like bold colors. It was just really amazing.
Well, can you throw a title out that you really liked?
Oh, you know what? Probably the Astral.
Oh, okay. Astral Vengeance.
Astral Vengeance.
Yeah.
I really like that one. There's just something about it. It was really cool.
Yeah, that one was great. I'm gonna kind of have to side on the Video Gaga Volume 1.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. Wow, we've really gotten a long time this year.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that Volume 1, and we're doing a Volume 2 coming up soon.
Yes.
In fact, I actually just read through that yesterday finally, and it is awesome.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I haven't gotten a chance to yet.
It is so good. And then we got some other ones coming up too, including Gut Ghost and Ninja Nico #2.
Yes.
We also have a lot more comics to review. That's not really on the backlog, but we did get a little under the weather there, and so
yeah, our schedule got a little backed up.
Our schedule definitely got backed up. So also some of the artists that we got to meet this year, and specifically seeing Enzo at Ancient City.
Yes.
Right, that was awesome. It was to see his booth. That was great. His booth was awesome too.
His booth was such a good setup, and then I love that he had his son there.
Oh, that was.
I thought that was great. That was probably one of my favorite interviews.
Oh yeah, Abbott threw down on that interview. He just kind of had the mic handed to him, and he was like, "Bam!"
He's like, "What's that?"
Yeah, I enjoyed that too. And then of course Nico Smith. We got to meet him.
Yes.
And
another amazing guy to talk to.
And then, of course, producer-wise, we met Roland Mann.
Yeah, that's right.
Martin Piero.
Mm-hmm.
Haley Martin. She was another artist that we got to meet.
Oh, and she was another great interview. I really enjoyed talking to her.
And speaking of Astral Vengeance, that was Jay Magnum.
Oh, right.
From Pet Piranha.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Luke Stone. Remember Luke Stone?
Yes.
So, I actually really loved his setup for that, the Riff Riders.
That was a good setup. He, again, had some just amazing, really drew you into it.
And that cover was awesome. The story was awesome. And actually, Hybrids, I've already read that one, too. That's on our list. And that one is amazing.
There's just so many good titles. That's why it's so hard for us to pick which one we're going to do next sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we just have to, we'll put them out and we'll roll a dice and assign numbers, and that's the one we pick. Because, it is difficult, especially with just the overwhelming amount of support we've had to review them.
I know. It's been so nice that they've been just so welcoming to us reviewing their stuff and just so excited to kind of see what we have to say about it, and I think that's great.
And we got to hit 3 cons this year.
Yeah.
Daytona was our year 2. I guess technically Ancient City was our second year there, but not consecutive.
Correct. Yeah, it's been quite a few years.
So we had a booth there, and then we just went as guests this last time. And then we're going to be more prepared next year.
I didn't realize it was going to be so big. It was really impressive.
It actually threw us back.
It did.
Whoa, we were not prepared for this. And then, of course, I had forgotten to charge the battery to the GoPro. So when I got there, I realized, well, crap, there's no power here.
No power.
And then, of course, we had a couple of technical issues with the audio.
It's definitely a learning experience.
It was a learning experience, but we still got some great interviews out of it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
And then, of course, we're going to hit Daytona and Ancient City next year again.
And for Ancient City, we were going to do the 2-day at this time.
Oh, right. We should have did that 2-day.
Yeah. See, again, we didn't realize how big it was going to be.
And how many creators.
Yeah, it was great. I love that the times have changed. Because when we went, there was definitely an independent artist, but like it literally was just a couple people. But now, I mean, it's literally rows of people, and I think that's amazing.
I'll never forget that guy that had the Gatling gun on his shoulder at the one that we went to.
That was
the steampunk guy.
awesome.
I'll see if I can find an old picture.
Yeah.
Trevor will dig in the archive there. But yeah, this cosplay, because we were like right across from a steampunk type band or something, right?
Yes, I think that was. They were from out of Jacksonville, if I remember right, and they were really cool. But they had, of course, a lot of steampunk people going to them, and that's when we saw the crazy.
It had
setup.
a Gatling gun that was like an Old West Predator.
Oh, that's great.
So I actually have on here. So next year. We got a lot of stuff coming up because we're going to try to do maybe add another con in there and get some more interviews. We're going to also be reviewing more comics.
Yep. And
just a little insider here. I've started on a new title, which I don't want to really talk too much about it and jinx it, but some of the pages are looking pretty good. I guess.
They look great.
It was maybe the time off kind of did me some good.
Yeah, kind of let your creative juices flow.
Right. And so with that being said, I want to give a big shout out to Paulo because he hits me up all the time. We share art with each other, and I know he wants to jump back in, and he's doing some pretty amazing work now too.
Oh, his stuff is always amazing.
Yeah, and so also Julian, his son. So I've been trying to get them over here to do some shows and some drawing and stuff. So that'll happen soon.
Oh yes, it will.
Another shout out to Luis Diaz because he was the one that actually sent me his books to review.
Yeah, and that was so nice of him.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
That was the Video Gaga Volume 1 and the Captain Future.
Yes, that was a cool book too.
Which actually, so a shout out to Sonia too, because you helped me review that.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so she was actually
busy year.
Yeah, she was our first, I guess you could say, in studio. Oh no, Damon was our first.
Damon was the first.
So yeah, okay, so shout out to Damon. Because he was our first in studio guest.
Paulo was our first, I guess, off studio guest.
Yeah,
think about it.
Right. That was when we had the different setup. So we came over to his house with lighting and camera.
We're like, hey, we're just gonna set up here.
Yes, we had David. He was our first in studio guest, and we had Sonia, and then you came on the show after that.
Yeah.
And then we've been busting them out since then.
We
Plus,
sure have.
we had the walkthroughs and the cons.
Which those were a lot of fun, just being able to talk to all the different
people. And we picked up a lot of syndicate members this year. So,
and it's been incredible. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do.
Yeah, definitely. Become a syndicate member and, help the independent scene, spread out. Because that's what it really takes. Because think of it this way. With the independent scene, if you take all the indies together, that's really large.
Oh, it really is. And they just don't have the power money backing that the big studios have. But that's why, word of mouth's the best
They also
way.
don't have the leash either.
That's why they're better.
And that is why they're better. The stories are gripping, the characters are awesome, the comedy is really good.
Yeah.
Video Witch alone, it just makes me laugh and laugh.
It's definitely one of our favorites.
When I turned that page, Lewis, and saw that brain scan, I'll tell you, I got a whole one. I got a whole thing backed up for that.
Oh man.
Okay, so with that being said, we're going to get into tonight's title.
Yes, which is Twilight Grim.
Yeah, Twilight Grim. This one was a Daytona Comic-Con pickup.
Yes, it was actually a special for Daytona Comic-Con.
I think it was, I want to say 3 out of 20.
I want to say. We definitely got one of the lower numbers.
Yeah, we got a lower number, and this is a Silverline. And I also wanted to say this was, pencils were done by Rob Davis. Now, I had read in the bio section, Silverline always has these really cool bios in the back of the
Kind
book.
of describing everybody that's
Right.
been incorporated in the book.
Right, and then it specifically said that Rob Davis did the pencils on Malibu, Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually happen to have a lot of the Malibu Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So I pulled those out and started looking through them, and sure enough, yeah.
We have a few. Yeah, it's great.
And actually, the pencils on that, holy moly, those are awesome.
Awesome. Yep.
Like, he nailed Cisco. Well,
Loved it.
Actually, that doesn't sound right. He drew Cisco very well.
Very well. Love that.
So Twilight Grim is kind of a well, I don't know where it takes place in modern times, but we don't know exactly when.
No, it doesn't really describe, like the year or anything else. But what I like about it is even from the cover, you can tell the style of dress is just a little different.
Yeah, they don't have a dress code in this city.
Well, it's kind of more referring to the gentleman in the front. But
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the see-through shaking the thong there.
honestly, I feel like that's more realistic in today's times.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Hey, if you got it, show it.
That's what I'm saying.
So, Trevor, you can go ahead and put the book up there, and you can see we got Rob Davis to sign the cover.
Yes.
So he was actually at the Daytona Comic Con, and I guess had I known this all in advance, I would have brought a whole bunch of Malibu comics.
Oh, definitely. Like, hey, sorry, you gotta just sign these two while you're at it.
Yeah, because actually, probably Roland would have got a kick out of that too.
I know. I thought that was so cool. Yeah, when we found that out, we were like,
Oh, yeah, so shout out to Roland.
oh, definitely.
So Twilight Grim. We start off in a city. It's a modern times. Now we don't know when
Right.
it takes place. We just know they have cars and modern technology.
And it looks, very similar to today's kind of.
Mm-hmm. And we see that it looks like cops appear to be like ejecting a citizen of the city out.
Yeah, they're like, look, you gotta go. This is your sentence. You've gotta leave. And it's just kind of odd in a way. It's like, where do you gotta leave to? As long as like the Badlands or something.
Well, it kind of is in a way because at first you see the exit sign here of the city, and the city on the other side looks a little bit more dilapidated at first.
Oh, a lot. I mean, it's almost like you go over and it's, night and day, literally.
Yeah, you can just see a little bit, but then when you turn the page, okay, so first off, when I turned this page for the first time, it was kind of jaw-dropping.
We love good splash pages. But yeah, this city scene was amazing. And they, even the sunset, I thought that was really cool how they did that.
And the fact that Rob put the wall right in the middle as a separator between the nice city and then the dilapidated city.
Right. It was very clever done.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I mean, it's literally like a wrong side of the tracks type thing. Actually, I think he may have mentioned that in the little drop down and the inside cover.
That's true.
So they're taking her out, and they're basically like, "Hey, see ya, you out."
Wouldn't want to be ya.
And so she runs into trouble rather quickly.
Well, yeah, because obviously this is not the place you want to be, and it looks like it's going on nightfall, which is even worse for this side of town. And yeah, she comes across what looks like I don't know what to describe him. Sinbad as a vampire? I mean, it's just kind of strange when you first see him.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I actually thought, I was like, wow, this guy stole Aladdin's clothes.
Yeah, literally.
But Sinbad, I like that one. That might actually be a better thing. But what I like, though, is the hypnosis that he performed.
Yes, because at first I was like, what's with the eyes? And then I'm like, oh, he's going to get her. I was like, uh-oh, she's 5 seconds, she's done.
And that's when we meet our main character and the title of the book, which is Twilight Grim.
Mm-hmm. And what a cool name.
What a cool name.
Right?
And actually, I love this pose, too.
Oh, I know, because again, he's what a dapper man. I love it.
He's double fisting the guns here.
Oh, I know. He's great for business. He is not playing around.
So he unloads on Sinbad, and I don't really know what type of bullets he's using to kill a vampire. What do you think?
Well, the traditional is what, silver, right? Maybe
see,
he's like, bless these. Who knows?
But see, here's the thing. So a lot of people don't know this, but when it comes to vampire hunting, okay, and actually,
Okay.
this may be for werewolves too, but if you're using a high caliber pistol and you shoot a vampire, if the bullet passes right through him, he's going to heal.
Wouldn't that? I don't know. It's silver, so like it
No,
affects them.
it'll hurt going through, but if it'll pass through the other side. So you don't want to use too high a caliber because you want the bullet to stay in the vampire.
I don't know about that. I think that's a discussion for another day.
No, I know about this kind of stuff. I have many books on the subject. Okay, Reed Rangers comes to mind. So anyway, so he ends up like taking this vampire out with these bullets.
Yep.
And she's very grateful.
I think I would be too.
Right.
Because she was literally going to die.
And so what I find funny though is that she's like, oh wow, this is like a real vampire. So I guess people that live on the good side, they don't really know.
I think it's probably more of like a rumor type of thing.
Okay.
And maybe I'm even thinking the people on the good side are thinking, oh, it's just, that's just a rumor to scare us from over there. But it's a rumor.
The thing is too, she mentions that she was given a choice of either going to jail or being put in this city.
That's true. And man, the jail has to be really bad.
Yeah, how bad is that jail where you'd rather go to Vampire Dilapidated Town?
Yeah. That's pretty scary.
Excuse me. So, Twilight tells her, hey, look, it's nighttime. There's a lot of these Sinbads running around. We got to get to the I think he calls it the sanctuary or something.
Right.
It's the biggest like tower in the city, and you can see it has lights coming from the top of it. So they end up literally running for their lives because it shows there's an army of these vampires, and I'm kind of wondering, is this like the normal dress code for these guys? And so basically, him and this chick like head out, I guess to this like church-looking place.
Yeah, I think they call it, for like sanctuary, pretty much.
And so along the way, Twilight is just mowing these guys down. So I'm not really quite sure why so many are following him if they're actually he's taking them out so easily.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a fresh meat type of thing, and it's like they just gotta have her.
Well, they also really hate him specifically.
That's true.
So yeah, but you think they'd be a little smarter? Like maybe put some bulletproof vests over the Sinbad gear or something. Well, they end up getting inside. The priest opens the door and they get in.
Right.
And that's when she identifies herself as Susie Q.
What a great name.
And he tells her that he's Twilight Grim. And unfortunately, he has to go back out in this.
I know, and I'm like, oh no, I'm staying here. There's no way.
Yeah, because first off, there were like hundreds of these things.
And they were like coming at him. I mean, teeth drawn, like they're ready to go.
And I'm assuming that they have to have like some powers in this universe, similar to other vampires.
Well, they did seem pretty strong. They can honestly run pretty fast because it seemed like they're really just kind of hauling ass.
Definitely. So what happens from here is we see this really cool like overhead view of a club, and it's called Thirst.
Yeah.
And so apparently this is a club where humans and vampires can like commingle.
Yeah, so it seems like, humans can kind of come over to the bad side to go here, but it's probably just
sort of
as a thrill.
Sort of like in Highlander, how immortals won't fight on holy ground.
Just like that.
But this was like an awesome page with inside the club with that huge chandelier and then you see
the lights,
the lighting,
everything.
You see the DJ at the bottom. That was really
it's like you want to be at that party. Yeah.
So Rob Davis, man, he was like throwing down on this one.
I agree.
So then we see the woman from the cover with the see-through dress.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I forgot she was on the cover.
So she comes out with looks like her bodyguard, right? And that's when they're like being followed or something, right, by vampires.
I'm assuming, yes, vampires kind of stumbled upon them or they were being followed because I think she's like somebody's daughter. It's kind of alluding to.
Right.
So I don't know if they were after her for that reason or just because she's human.
Yeah, that's a good point. But in any case, they hear something drop on top of the limousine.
Right.
And when the bodyguard opens the door, it's Twilight, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you need to look behind you."
That's the problem.
And so that's when they basically unload on these vampires.
Right. And wow. Some awesome shooting scenes.
Now, that's the thing I was wondering, too. So the bodyguard, did he also have the same bullets as Twilight?
Well, I kind of think so, because it almost seemed like he almost expected it. So I think maybe it's just some people really already know about it. Especially if they're going over to that side.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely look forward to reading more.
Oh, for
finding out more about the world, because the separation of the cities is really good.
Oh, I know, and again, like, why did that even start? I wonder to do that.
That's another good question. Like, how did it start? Well, anyways, after Twilight saves them from this onslaught, this is when she's like hugging him and everything, and kind of flirting with him a little bit. She is drunk. And that's when she tells him that she's the mayor's daughter.
Oh, right.
And he's like, get this idiot out of here.
Like, little child needs to go home.
Yeah. Don't take her to this area.
Yeah, she should never have been there to begin with.
And so that's when we get to the part of the book that's the most suspicious.
Definitely. I know. When you're starting to get there, like, okay, here we go.
Right. So in the shadows is a woman named Scarlet, who is a vampire.
Yes.
And her and Twilight, they know each other. In fact, they've both mentioned to each other that, hey, I would kill you if I had to. He's like, hey, I'd kill you too.
Like, hey, we both know that, but it's almost like they're still friendly.
They are friendly. Maybe they were together before she became a vampire.
Maybe. I can maybe see that.
Yeah.
It depends.
In any case, she basically alludes on a breachment of the peace treaty between vampires and humans.
Right.
And that the vampires are going to go all-out war.
Which, it already kind of seemed like they were.
Well, you definitely don't want to get caught alone in this place.
Oh, no, talk about the wrong side of town.
But it's obvious that the humans inside the city, though, aren't really afraid because there's no gates or anything, no guards.
Maybe it's just that treaty that they literally just know that's the line that they can't cross.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so I guess that if they don't want to honor the treaty anymore, then they can literally just run right through there.
And they're going to be in trouble because those guys are no joke.
Yeah, I know. And then everybody's going to be dressed like Arabian Nights. So.
Well, no, because I don't even know if they turned most of them. They probably just drink their blood. Because that's what he was going to do with the first one.
Right. You know what? They did. He did mention that most of the vampires there will just do a kill bite because they don't want to make more vampires to compete with. Yeah.
So that's just probably like, they're like, oh, it's like a buffet now.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, let's move into our analysis portion.
My favorite part.
So I'll go ahead and start this off because we were talking about this quite a bit, but I put that I like the Vampires Aladdin cosplay.
Oh, that's funny. I did like it. I just thought it was so different from... but I thought it was cool, too, because each vampire, maybe they just kept their costume of when they... Or not costume, but their attire for when they became a vampire, because, Twilight Grim, he's more of like 1800s type of
That's
look.
True. Yeah.
But then, you got Sinbad there, and you got some other ones that look definitely a little bit newer, so it was very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Twilight, he looks awesome.
Yeah, and actually, that's something what I liked about it was how the vampires looked too. It was just the old clothes. Then they had like long nails. They had the crazy teeth, and I really liked that their skin was like a grayish purple.
Yeah, see, I always thought
that was very cool.
Vampires should have a more deathly looking skin. I mean, because they're undead.
Yeah.
But I always felt like, if they look too human, then they're not really vampires.
No, it's just more like a bitey human.
Yeah. We have a lot of those too.
Sure.
So what did you like about this book?
So what I also liked was the art style and the coloring. For example, like we talked about it, the city in the beginning, I thought that was just awesome how that looked.
That was incredible.
And really, the sunset, the way they did the gradients with the colors, that was just really well done. I was impressed.
The coloring was really good.
Yeah.
I definitely liked that a lot. I put that I liked it. We didn't know when this actually took place.
Yeah, you could tell it was new, but then, like I said, with the clothing and everything, you're like, okay, but when are all these? How old are some of these?
Yeah, it would kind of like throw you off because you got people in various time periods.
Yes.
Like a really weird, like Renaissance fair. What else did you like about this biscuit?
I just really liked the story in general. It really kept you engaged because you really had no idea what was going on. From the first page, that girl gets in the city and it just starts right from there.
It does. Yeah, it actually keeps a very good pace throughout the book.
Yeah, you're almost tired. Like, oh, they've been running. I'm tired.
I liked that it was a special Daytona Comic-Con print.
I did like that part too, and I thought that was so cool that we were able to actually snag that, especially being so local. I just thought that was great.
Yeah, that was definitely good. And then, of course, I say this for all the Silverline books, but I like the creator bios in the back.
I always love that because I do like knowing just, where they came from, what they've been doing. The fact that we got to see that there was a Star Trek guy, I love that. But I just thought that was really cool, and that's really good that they do that.
Mm-hmm. And his, ships and stuff are good too. He's really good all around. So
good.
Yeah, that's a score to have him, being able to pencil your book.
Oh, I agree.
What did you really like?
Oh my gosh, what I really liked. So I really liked how he did the cities. When you saw the new city, or I guess the good city to the bad city, that page where it showed the contrast, that was so well done. I mean, you could literally see how dilapidated the other one looked. It looked kind of dirty, run down. The graffiti in it was really cool.
They had boards over the windows.
Yes. And you could just tell, oh, that is not the place you want to be. And I just thought that was really cool how they did that.
So I wrote down a lot of very specific pages that I really liked in this book. So I put, or actually not the whole page, but the panels and the concepts. Page 5 on the vampire hypnosis.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I love seeing the eyes hovering over her. That was really cool.
I also really like the sanctuary page number 12, where he's holding up, looks like a cross, and it's all that bright light, and he's yelling, sanctuary.
Well, actually, that's another thing I really like, too, is the building, the church or the sanctuary, whatever you want to call it. It was just so beautiful how the detail was, and you could tell that was an old school church, and those looked just really beautiful.
And we should point out that that building actually wasn't dilapidated, though.
No, it did seem like it was very, kept and, well, taken care of, and not newer, but, well taken care of, I guess. Yeah.
Vampires have to sleep during the day, so Home Depot isn't open at night, so that's why it's so bad out there.
First off, Home Depot's open late, so that's not an excuse. And second,
but if they sleep in, that might be 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
That's just being lazy.
So I actually put on here, just like you, the wall between the city and the vampire city, Hallowed Heights.
Yes.
Hallowed Heights was the name of the city. And then lastly, I really liked the rescue scene of the mayor's daughter.
Oh, that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, honestly, that's something actually I put that I really liked was Twilight Grimm's shooting scenes. There was even one where it was like a cow, and it was just, I love the different way they did the lettering and the wording. I thought it was just really cool looking.
And I'm thinking Twilight Grimm has something going on with him too, because normal people can't really jump and land on stuff like he does.
Oh no, I agree, and that's what I mean. Because that's why I don't think. Well, he's obviously not a vampire, but he's got to be from a different time period. So he's got to be some form of superhuman or something.
Kind of like a Van Helsing type guy. But lives a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what it is.
Okay, what did you love?
Scarlet.
Ah.
So I loved her. I just looked how she looked. I thought it was cool that her and Grimm had a past too.
Yes.
So I thought that was really cool just to kind of throw in there. But yeah, I just thought she was cool and just had a kind of demeanor about her, and yeah, wait to see more from her.
And there was definitely some type of attraction going on there between them.
Oh yeah.
You know.
He was like, you can bite me a little bit. It's
you can nibble, but don't fully pierce.
That's right.
So I put that I love Twilight Grimm's first appearance on the splash page where he comes
yes.
down.
He just looked awesome.
No, he's standing. No, this is it right here, actually.
Yes, where he's just like there, ready to go. He just looked awesome. Yeah, that's actually something I put too. I just loved his outfit. I just thought he looked amazing.
So this is hilarious. Exchange between Twilight and Scarlet.
I thought they were just so cool.
I really love that too, because there was some dynamic going on there. They definitely had a past, a good past at least at some point in there.
To the point they're not killing each other right there on the
spot.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm looking forward to that developing a little more and seeing where that goes
and where it came from too.
True.
I love a backstory.
What about the Thirst Club scene? Did you love that?
Oh, that was actually my next thing. That was one of my favorite pages. That club scene looked amazing. The different colors that were in it.
That chandelier.
Yeah,
alone.
You knew you were in that club. Like, it was amazing how someone was able to draw that.
Yeah, the chandelier, the DJ. I was like, uh-oh.
You got the you have the lights and everything coming down, like the different strobe lights and stuff. Yeah, and the people were dancing. You could literally see almost the energy in it. It was really cool.
It definitely gave me some flashbacks.
Oh yeah, some good flashbacks.
Yeah, cracked my back like, I also that 2-page city spread. I know we've talked about that a lot, but
it was just that good though.
And then the concept was great because you got it right away. You didn't even really have to know anything more than that.
It was so it was so obvious because again that's what I really loved about this book. The details in it, because you could really see the background and see those special details. The windows boarded up, it looking dilapidated, there being cracks in the cements and stuff like that. There was and the graffiti on the walls. You could tell it was actually really good graffiti.
It was pretty good.
But you could actually see that how it would look if someone's just kind of let something go. And I thought that was really good.
Yeah. Rob Davis did an amazing job on it, and actually his style is very good too, because you don't really see the comics now. Sometimes they go a little overboard, especially the mainstream stuff. Not too much of the stuff that we've seen, but just the overall feel of the comic is great. The coloring matches perfectly.
It does.
The story is awesome.
That's what I mean. You really are just like, oh my god. It was such a quick read, but in such a good way. Because you just had to know what was going on. When I got to that last page, I'm like, here we go again. Another cliffhanger.
They're good with the cliffhangers.
They are. Every one of these has been just crazy cliffhangers where I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, I gotta wait now.
Well, we picked up a lot of Silverline, and every single one has been
just amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into, I think it's called The Rejects.
Oh, that's right. That's been on our list too, because that one looks so much fun.
Yeah, the Rejects. We're going to get on that one next. I think that was the one that I think Haley Martin said she colored it or something. I don't remember. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
But in any case, we have a couple more Silverlines to do, a couple more Cosmic Times to do. We have Video Gaga number 2, Ninja Nico number 2. We have the Gut Ghost collaboration that I got from Enzo at Ancient City. So yeah, we got quite a bit.
And then plus 2 when we put in cons.
Oh yeah, we're always looking for the next couple ones to attend. And I'm really hoping to see some of the guys and girls that we've met last year.
Oh yeah, because like for example, we see a Silverline, we're probably going to automatically buy from them.
Oh, for sure. Like everyone's been so friendly.
Yeah, loved it.
All right. Well, do you have anything you want to add?
No, just that again, another fun read, and I just can't wait for the next kind of setup for it to see what happens.
Well, all the Silverline's information is down below, so make sure you hit them up and tell them Joshua Mammoth sent you. And I also want to wish a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all the Syndicate members out there.
That's right.
And if you're watching this right now and you're not a Syndicate member, well, that's for you too, but go ahead and click the subscribe button down there.
That's right.
And also, I wanted to just throw it out there that we're going to try to have a few more guests next year too.
Yes, we're definitely going to have to get a few more people in here just to get some more opinions.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun.
All right, syndicate members, between the known and the unknown lies the mammoth. I'll see you next time.